What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. I'm going to drop this up on the screen. Ram CEO Tim Kuniskis says he came back to, quote-unquote, fight for truck brand. Ram CEO Tim Kuniskis says he came back to Stellantis because he missed the fight during a 6-month retirement from the automaker. Now, I have a feeling that while he may have missed the fight, he knew that there was no fight to be had because Carlos Tavares had basically neutered Ram. You're not going to sell light-duty trucks or 1500s with no V8 option. You can make that inline six as powerful as you want, but as Ford has found out with the EcoBoost, it doesn't matter how powerful you make that EcoBoost 6-cylinder engine. People are always going to want to buy a V8. And if you don't offer it, they're going to go where they can buy one, whether that's GM or whatnot. And that's why Ford has that 5.0 V8 option in the F-150. Not having a V8 option at Ram is literally brand suicide. And as I said in a previous video, I feel like Carlos Tavares did that on purpose. I feel like he really wanted to destroy Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. And I know people are going to say, oh, TK is a conspiracy theorist, you know. But, I mean, look, really think about it. His connections to the World Economic Forum, you're intentionally sabotaging, cutting, making lesser quality, raising the prices on the brands that made you the most money. Like, didn't have to change anything. It was a cash cow, and then you start destroying it. To the point where Tim Kuniskis goes, I'm retiring. I don't want to be here for this. Our writing's on the wall. This is going to be a disaster. And he was right. But now he's back. So how does he fix Ram? And then how does he fix Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram if and when they split it off into its own thing? Well, very simply, Tim Kuniskis is going to have to cut prices. And I mean significantly. 35% at a minimum, he's going to have to cut those prices. He's going to have to get back some of those older suppliers that made quality parts that weren't causing constant frigging recalls. So you have to bring up the quality. You're going to be shipping manufacturing from Mexico back to the United States. So yeah, it's going to be more expensive to build those trucks, but cheaper than paying the tariffs in Mexico. So you're going to make the workers happy. Up the quality, workers happy, cut the cost 35%. And I know you're going to say, well, TK, then what money does the company make? The company would still make significant money and would still be at a profit if they do that. It just means they're not going to be at the insane profit levels that they were 6 to 8 months ago because they jacked the prices up to oblivion, like insane 50% over what they were before the pandemic, and think people are going to pay those. They're not. So Tim Kuniskis does have a daunting task ahead of him, but I honestly do believe that if he stays the course and does what I know he can do, because we've watched him do it before, with the regulations being rolled back here in the U.S., F Europe, screw it. We don't care. We don't have to sell anything over there. But you bring back a TRX, you bring back a 5.7 Hemi and a tradesman, and you sell that truck for $28,000 or $26,000, you're going to be back in business. You're going to start moving numbers. Every single pickup truck doesn't have to be a fully loaded Laramie or a Rebel or a TRX. Some people just want a pickup truck. People don't want to go, and I'm not going to say that there's not people that don't use Laramies and stuff as work trucks, but people aren't going out to buy $110,000 fully loaded Ram Laramie with the insane leather seats and all the other crazy crap that's in it, the 12-inch screen, the whole nine, and then just start throwing crap in the back and beating up the bed and using it to haul bags of concrete around. That's not what the majority, I'm not saying people don't do it, but the majority of people ain't doing that. They go pick up a tradesman. And maybe not even a $1,500, because you can get a $2,500 with incentives sometimes around the same price you'd pay for a $1,500. Tim Kuniskis has his work cut out for him. That is for sure. But if he does what I know he can do, and if John Elkin really wants to see the stock price go up, and I mean this week, if he wants to see it go above 15, 16 bucks before the end of 2024, there is a very simple fix for that. It's very simple. This is not rocket science. It's easy. Let Tim Kuniskis do what he wants to do. Cut the reins off of him. Let him be autonomous. Let him build back Ram. Let him do it. Let him make Ram what he wants to make it. Allow him to bring back a Hellcat option, a 6.4 option, which we already have with the Power Wagon, and a 5.7 option with the Hurricane and EV options if they ever come to light. That's how you restore Ram. By also cutting prices, building back quality. This is not like this. Tim's not going to snap his fingers and instantly fix Ram. But the public perception and the retail investors that are going to give Stellantis the capital to be able to do that needs to start now. And that means you got to let Tim do a presentation. You got to let him know. You got to let him come out and say, hey, we're bringing back something, 1,000 horsepower single cab truck. Maybe it's like a Demon 170, but a pickup truck. You got to let him do what he needs to do to bring back the confidence in Ram. It's that simple. You do that, you have a winner. You don't do that, and even though you got Tim back, you still got a loser. If the prices of these trucks, and for real, they have lowered. A 2025 right now on a dealership, go check it out. Same spec, same truck, is $4,000 to $5,000 less than a 2024 right now. On paper, the stickers. It's got to be more than that. They got to cut the prices of these trucks by 30% at a minimum. At a minimum. That means less profit for the company. I know. But if you don't do it, who knows how long you'll exist as a brand. There are some positive things moving forward for Ram, but we'll see what happens here in the near future. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.
For the longest time, whoa, for the longest.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Miley